with Father Nicholas Marziani. And Father, what brings you down to this event?
I have a new book that I released that has just been published, and I'm here to basically get more exposure for the book, let folks know that it's out there.
What's the book?
The name of the book is Christian Fiction, Holy Fool, Holy Father. And you don't want to get tripped up by that phrase, Holy Fool. It's not a title of disrespect. It is actually derived from the Eastern Orthodox churches. The Holy Fools are a special kind of saint in Orthodoxy. So Holy Fool is a reference to a kind of saint, or an unconventional, shall we say, person who sanctifies the world by their life and presence.
Well, people being thought foolish, they were wise, as the Bible puts it.
I'm sorry.
When it talks about, it talks about unbelievers thinking they were wise and they were foolish. That's
yes.
A holy fool would be.
Correct, right. And St. Paul says we're fools for Christ. He especially develops that theme, of course, in Corinthians. But the holy fools are a phenomenon in Orthodoxy. So this book was titled that way because the theme of the book, there's a number of, the groundwork theme is the idea that it is foolishness for Christ that will be the source of God's grace in the world. Now, that being said, the story is basically two stories meshed into one. It's a story that has to do with the reconciliation of the Eastern Orthodox and the Roman Catholic churches.
And there's been a lot of science towards that lately.
Yeah, absolutely. Pope Francis is really going to guns with that. I mean, he's just having conversations with hierarchs.
Bartholomew seems very happy about it too.
Well, this is something that's been going on for a while. So anyway, the idea here is to using fiction now. It's not a theological treatise, although there's a lot of theology in it. It's a story of how that occurs, reconciliation, drawing closer between the Orthodox and Catholic churches through a modern-day holy fool. And my main character, or my co-protagonist, because there's really two of them, is Misha. His name is Misha Alexandrov. How's that? For a good Russian name. And he has, the story opens in eastern Kazakhstan, where he meets a young lady his age at a school Olympiad. And she's derived from, and this is all research, this is all stuff that the background, the study for all this is for real. She's from German Catholic, mixed German Catholic and Russian background. He's all Russian Orthodox. They meet at an Olympiad, they fall in love with the story. They think in due course, he's a brilliant kid. He goes off to basically the Russian equivalent of the MIT in Moscow, FizTech. And it looks like he's on his way to a brilliant career. They're going to have a lovely marriage, but under the influence of her father and uncle, seeds are planted that eventually lead to him sensing a call to the Jesuit priesthood, Catholic. And he's big time because his mama is devout Orthodox. So this puts the kibosh. Mama's not happy, girlfriend's not happy. He's not sure he's happy, but he has a call in his life. And so the story develops how they, Misha and Anastasia, have to manage this change because they are also called to be soulmates. Ends up that they are celibate soulmates for the rest of their lives, and they are lively in their interactions, but celibate. She becomes a member of a secular institute. It's a long story. I don't want to say too much more. I'd give the whole story away.
Well, we don't want to do that. We want to get people buying the book. If people want to get this book, where can they find it?
Amazon. Just go straight to Amazon. You can also go to Kobo.com and Barnes & Noble, the Nooks have this Kobo.
Is this your first book?
This is my first book.
All right. Will we be expecting more from you?
Yes. I have a sequel in mind. In any case, I've been advised that it's good to write more than one book of this sort, to have them kind of build on each other. So, there will be a sequel to Holy Fool, Holy Father. Right now I have a micro-publisher who's handling this and content editor back in St. Augustine, Florida. I'll be probably shifting publishers there soon to where I can get some more market support for this book. And like I say, and also for the sequel that's coming.
Father Nicholas, thank you so much for your time and best of luck on the book.
Thank you so much, and God bless you guys.